Well, hello, everybody. Must be Wednesday if Mike Kelly's here.
Is it Wednesday?
Or Monday or Friday.
You know what?
I can't remember what day it is.
It's another one of those weeks where every day has been Thursday to me,
Really?
like Groundhog Day, but different crap happens.
That's
infuriating.
Is it?
Yeah, it's not. I'm not in control of it.
Oh.
Hey, what's going on these days?
Well, rates are improving today, but then that was after a couple of days of not improving. So, I read an article and they're like, don't worry about rates. Rates are going to be where they're at.
Yeah.
We're not going to have enough with the rates the way they are, because we used to talk par rates, right? When it doesn't cost anything.
Yep.
Or you have a discount, or you have a yield that you can use towards closing costs.
Right.
The biggest problem is where we're at right now is kind of where we were in the beginning of the pandemic, the first 3 months, where they understand that rates are dropping and people are going to if they do anything right now, they're going to refinance in like 6 months again.
Yeah. So there's no yield.
Yeah. So they're going, in order for investors to buy the mortgage-backed securities, they need to still get paid. Otherwise, no one's going to buy them. So
go
ahead.
Almighty dollar.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to get paid.
Well, people don't realize that, you don't go to the bank anymore. Back, it's not the 1940s where you go in and you shake the banker's hand and says, hey, I want a loan. And then they keep that loan on the books forever.
Mm-hmm.
All mortgages, Fannie, Freddie, all that kind of stuff is sold as securities on the secondary market.
Right.
So that's how they are.
That's how we keep the world moving.
That's correct.
Our world, anyway.
That's why they're fluctuate with interest rates daily, depending on what's going on.
Yeah.
So long story short is the fact that whatever loan you get today, you're not going to be in it very long, because someone's going to be refinancing that.
Didn't we talk about that a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah, but you got to keep bringing it up. People don't remember. Plus, only 2% of the people out there ever see us.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
are we the 2%? Hey, you brought up a good topic earlier when we were waiting to go live, and you're right. There are quite a few landlords putting their rentals on the market, thinking this is the time where it's going to be at its highest. I don't foresee prices going down much at all.
No, I think people are going to be shocked.
We've had a couple of anomalies where certain areas, it's not as hot as it was, but tenants, perfect time to buy.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, talk to the realtor who's listing the property that your landlord is putting on the market. See if you qualify.
That's because
purchase that one.
That's because Mike's listing all of them, so he wants you to talk to them.
Yeah. Well, that's not the case, but it could be the case tomorrow. You never know.
Yeah, I have a few people from all of a sudden, hey, I got a 60-day notice. I got to see if I can buy this place. They're giving me 2 weeks to figure it out. It's like, okay, And rates are a little bit higher, so you need to make more money than you did in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Right. Because your payment has, went from 2.75 to a 5% interest rate. As an example, that means your payment's up $600-700 than what it could have been.
Right.
Which just means when we refinance you're going to have a great savings down the road.
Absolutely. You are.
Right. And because that's what's going to happen. And a lot of homeowners right now are not refinancing. They're taking out HELOCs.
Exactly.
And then what's going to happen? I'm going to refinance that HELOC and that home and
pay that off.
Year and a half. Yeah. So go get that HELOC now, and we can help you with that.
Hey, what is a HELOC?
A HELOC is a home equity line of credit.
Smart thing to have.
Yeah. Even if you don't need it, just have it there in case you need it. Right.
Because most hang on the property for 10 years. You've got high prices right now. Probably some of the highest prices that you'll be able to get right away. Right. That equity on your home, and if there's an emergency, that equity in your home can help calm that emergency.
Yeah, because when you need the money, you can't get it.
Yeah.
When you don't need it, you can get it.
It's not like that commercial where it's my money and I need it now.
No, that's because that's a settlement.
I know. That's an annuity.
I know, but it's a settlement. They got this money coming and they want it now because they can't wait. Because they got to go buy.
I need my money because I want to blow it now.
Right. I got to go buy me a McLaren or something.
Yeah, look at me. I'm living in a 2-bedroom, 1-bath shack, but my McLaren is kick ass.
That's right. And now I want to talk about, since we brought up that kind of stuff, when make sure you have trusts and you have wheels in place, please.
Oh my gosh, yes.
As soon as you buy that house, get that in place right away.
Trust us.
Because I had my aunt passed away a couple of weeks ago.
I'm sorry.
They didn't. No, thank you. They didn't have anything in place, and I don't know if but I constantly tell people, and I help when you come through me, we get you hooked up with a trust attorney and to set that up, because when you don't think about it, you need it, and then you
Right.
don't think about it. So we want to make sure you're there and taken care of, so that your spouse and your kids are taken care of.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't want to create more havoc for them in a trying time anyway.
Right, because probate is horrible.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. And it takes some time. Sometimes it doesn't. It depends on how many heirs, things like that.
Yeah, with this
and
one
your
has,
attorney.
Yeah, this one has 4. They're all kind of agree, but the problem is when people pass away, the things come out that piss people off, and then they get upset and they don't do it. It's kind of like a divorce. If it's an amicable divorce, usually someone's really getting screwed. I had to check somebody was
I know you're like, who's behind me?
Can I say that word? So just be careful out there. But if you need referrals, we can refer you to a couple different trust attorneys. We know a few of them.
Yeah, we do. We do. And
they're all good.
They really are. They really, really are.
Just reach out and we can give you a couple names and you can go take your pick, interview each one. And I hate to say this, but even if you can't do that, at least go to LegalZoom.
Do something.
Yeah. Have something in place, because yes, you can do a handwritten will, but so a lot of people think is if you have a will, you're good.
It helps.
Right. But it just helps to know what the person wants.
Right.
But you got to still go through probate.
Mm-hmm.
If you have
the will doesn't protect you from probate.
No, it's the trust that you need to have in place. And again, we're talking about stuff generally because we are not trust attorneys. We are just recommending that you go get that right away. You need to have a financial planner, trust, all that kind of everything in place when you get a home and you start building equity and you start building wealth, because once you buy a home, you're going to start building wealth.
This is true. And I know that, in the past, every client who has passed away and the family wants to sell the property, if it's in a trust, it's easy peasy, done and greasy. You're gone. But
it's
if
not
it's
old people at all, anyway.
No, and if
sayings are not from a long time ago.
Oh,
easy peasy, greasy.
It is, because I'm old.
But
if you're doing a probate, it's just going to take time and cost money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. And then the other thing is, I had some clients who just their person passed away and they had a reverse mortgage on it, and they're like, "What's going on with that?" Nothing. You're going to make the additional equity, whatever the equity is there, and they go to sell it. You get to make that. So it's on the market. It's being sold. They're going to probably pocket about $50,000, and then the mom was able to live off of her equity for as long as she did.
Yeah, smart.
Yeah. So, and because somebody else asked me through, I get a lot of connection through social media. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying, they asked me, our reverse mortgage is good for the right person. They're great
in the right time. Yeah. They're fantastic
not for everybody, but I have people now who don't want to take their money out of the market. Well, go get a reverse mortgage, get rid of that. And then when you make more money down the road, then pay off that reverse mortgage with that money.
Yeah.
Whatever works for you to be able to have a great life, because that's all your kids want and anybody wants in your life.
Yeah. We're talking a little bit about death. Let's talk about some pre-death. And that's to remind you about Prop 19. And I failed. I think we talked about this 2 weeks ago, and I was going to do a little bit of research and bring in some numbers.
Perfect. I got it right here.
Good.
And guess where I got this? California
CAR.
Yeah.
That's where I was going to get it.
Right. So the Prop 19 means that when you sell your home here and you're 55 years or older, and there's some other stuff, we'll just keep it with that.
Yeah.
You're able to transfer your tax base with a step up. And when they said a little step up, yeah. Okay. All right. So here's an example.
It's less than if it were paying the whole new taxes.
Correct.
Yeah.
That is correct. So, for example, if a seller of original property has a $300,000 taxable value, so the taxable value they're talking about is you bought the house for $275,000, you had it for 20 years, then you've had the little step up each year with the 3% that's allowed under Prop 13, right?
Right.
Yeah, 13. Where, by the way, if you go to Texas, your property taxes double every 10 years because they go up 10% a year. So remember that, and they have some of the highest property taxes in the nation, 3%. I'm not saying not go to Texas. Just be careful with that.
I just would go for the weather, but
anyway, it's too humid for me.
Yeah.
Which we're going to feel for the next few days, as we're told, as that weather we're getting in here. Anyway, back to the thing, 300,000, and they sell their house. Okay. And they have a full cash value of their house, which is 1.1 million. They buy a replacement property. I don't know who this is, for 1.5 million. The taxable value of the replacement property will be 800,000. So what they do is whatever you sell your house for, and then whatever you buy the difference between those two is added to your taxable value.
Correct.
That's the thing. So for, for some people, that's great. But before, if you were moving to Tuolumne County, because there was only one of the counties who allowed it, it was the same tax base. There was no step up. Now there's a step up. So now they get their money a little bit. They don't get all of it. So I have some people who are getting an eminent domain, and the county is going to give them $375. The house is worth $560. And I told them we need to push that to $560. I don't care how much money you get it, so that when they buy the other property, they're only adding on that difference, because that could save them $200,000 in additional taxes.
Right.
So before you make any transfers, before you do anything, talk to your tax advisor.
Exactly. They are way important, and they know what's going on.
That is correct.
Yeah, they got to read that stuff every day.
Yeah, and so I mean, you're right. It's good. So if you're selling your house for $500,000, you have a tax base of $250, and you're buying a place for $600. Now you're going to $350. Did everybody follow that real quick?
I did.
Okay, so it's good that way, and it does help.
And it's less than 600.
Yeah. Well, the problem, yeah, exactly. But most people, when they sell as they get older, they want to go down in the value. The problem is, it's after the tax. You can't really adjust those taxes down.
Well, and with Prop 60 and Prop 90,
what the heck's Prop 60 and Prop 90?
Prop 60 is allowing you to buy down and take your tax basis from your old house to your new house.
Okay.
Within Stanislaus County.
Okay.
Prop 90 let you do with the other 10. It used to be 11 counties that participated with Prop 90. It would let you take
what counties those are.
One was Tuolumne.
Okay.
I think Amador jumped out.
Are they here in San Joaquin or Merced?
San Joaquin, Stanislaus. I used to know.
All right. We'll have it for us next Monday, because Friday Mike will be out the lake talking to us. I'm sure he's not going to have any paperwork at that point.
I probably won't.
Might have a drink in my hand.
I definitely will. Yeah. That's what you do.
Yeah. Are you on a boat?
I'm on a boat.
Do you have a boater card?
Why not? I don't have a boater card.
Did you know that you're supposed to have a boater card now?
Even if I'm on a houseboat?
I don't know how that. No, whoever's driving the boat.
Oh, well, Rick, he's got a boater card.
So,
yeah.
I had the sheriff on. He told us for a couple years, you're supposed to have it. They allowed nothing, a big deal. Go get it. It's online. No big deal. And of course, they want $100 or whatever.
Yeah. Well, this guy fishes like every other day, and he's out at the lake. So I'm sure he has a boater card.
Back to your thing.
What was my thing? Oh, Prop 90 lets you do it, same thing, but you had to buy equal to or less than. So the cool thing about Prop 19 is it allows you to buy up. Because if you want to go, some counties, some places you go, if you want to be by your kids or buy a better hospital, is more expensive, and you could not do that. So people were staying here or in their home, married to their tax bases. So now they get to move around.
So is that what you think about as you get older? Close hospital.
Well, yeah. You do. Okay. I mean, I really don't care.
I was building up, and they were waiting on because the costs are 37% higher than what it was going to be. I was going to put a helipad, and everybody's like, "Why are you putting a helipad?" It's like so Lifelike could come in. I'm not stupid.
Yeah, so I got a place for them to land. I know I'm going to hurt myself.
Well, out there, of course you are. I mean, it takes too long to get somewhere. So yeah. So I'm like, I'll put a helipad there. And they looked at me. I'm like, and then everybody else can use that. I don't care.
Yeah. I have, there's a lot of people who are buying in Modesto and buying close to Kaiser because they're Kaiser and they need good medical care. So places there's probably a 2 or 3 hour drive to get there to Kaiser. And they're just like, I'm over this.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, because I mean that's one thing for Marcia to move up to Sonora is she's like, we need Kaiser up here so that because the problem is you have to be within a radius of that. So, yeah. I guess I should tell everybody my wife's name. Huh? I heard your husband on the radio, or I heard him on this stuff.
He kept talking about you.
Yeah, you work for Kaiser.
And your home address is.
I think we talked about that Monday. I was pleasantly surprised because we were talking about values are up.
Right.
Utilize the values right now. If you don't know if you need a reverse mortgage, go get one put in place.
Yeah.
It's because the values are the highest they've been for a long time. And that's one of the issues that you have when values are usually this high, rates are higher.
Right.
That's just how it works.
Yeah.
Right. You got it. Now we have inflation. Rates will go back down. All the inflation will go away eventually. Just like politicians do.
Well, some of them don't.
Yeah, I know.
That's the problem.
Yeah. Well,
term limits.
Yep.
I know sometimes it sounds like we're talking out both sides of our face, because we're saying now is the highest. We don't expect there to be. There's not going to be a bubble. I doubt very seriously there's going to be a bubble unless something absolutely ludicrous happens in the world.
Yeah, we would need some attack.
Yeah, and not an appendix attack.
No, I'm talking about something like the Great Recession that happened, something like the pandemic, something like that again, to where we see, and that could. But it's not. We're not seeing it. We just don't have enough value. Right, I mean, not enough inventory. There's not enough properties being built. There's not enough. I could keep going on and on and on.
Right.
It's not going to happen. When it's going to take 19 years to get caught up in the deficit of homes we have right now with the amount of homes we're building, it's not going to happen.
And the other thing we're saying is be prepared. So get your HELOC today, tomorrow, whenever, if you have equity in your home, and chances are you do, because about 78% of all Americans have equity in their home if they're homeowners, and a lot of equity. But be prepared. It doesn't mean you have to spend the money. Don't go buy a McLaren. Don't go buy a,
Don't do 2005 and go get a bunch of jet skis and everything else.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know how you know when the market's about ready to crash? Giving away new cars with the house purchase that you can get. Remember that?
Yep, I do remember that.
So if you see that, we're going to have a bubble.
We're going to have a bubble.
We don't have that. They're still gone. We can't even build these houses, and we have only 10% under completion.
Free Corvette with purchase.
That's right. We'll have a car in your garage for you when you purchase this.
Yeah, Geo spec.
Can't you just drop the value? No, we don't want to do that.
Mm-mm.
Anyway,
all
right, we could be here for hours.
We could.
I am anyway.
Well, you are, yeah. I'm not.
Right.
I don't even know where I am now.
Yeah, well, here at my office.
Oh,
in the studio.
Oh, cool.
The whole studio.
Sounds
better than it is. All right. I want to thank everybody for watching and commenting and asking us questions. If you guys have any questions, throw them up at us. Let's see. Did I have a question for you today?
I don't know. Do you?
I got it. Well, I printed them out, and the problem is
you did left them on the printer.
No, they're right here in my hands, but nice try. We pretty much the same. I was telling you that is the housing market going to crash? All the same questions. So I don't really have.
Maybe what we should start saying is, if you're watching, need new questions.
We need questions because I've searched Google and everywhere, and we got all the questions and we answered them over the last few weeks that we've done this.
Right.
So we need your help. If you have questions like, is this the best time to buy? Yes, it is. Are we gonna have a bubble? No. And if you don't believe us, Ramsey says the same thing. He's finally catching up to where we are.
Yeah. Kind of nice to have some validation from someone who has a larger audience than us.
Just a little bit larger.
All right. Cool. It's a wonderful day.
Was the front door locked?
The front door was not locked. That's why I got in.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So someone's telling me that is. All right. Well, everybody, thank you and have a great day.
Handle.
I know. Push it hard.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody have a great day, and thanks for watching and thanks for commenting, and we'll see you on Friday.
Enjoy your day. Make it the best world.
That's right. Stay cool out there. It's going to get warm.
Yes, it is.
All right. Bye.
Bye.